Good morning. How are you? So I've been trying to kind of think how I should bring you into my story, because really you guys are joining halfway through, and which, might I add, lucky ducks, because it has been a serious road. So I'm gonna start with you seeing all my laundry I've got to fold, and I'm midway, and you're just gonna follow it through, and then I think the story's just gonna evolve. It's just gonna come out whether I want it to or not. So this is the day that I actually really dread the most, and it's not for any particular reason. It's not because I haven't been doing everything I need to do. I count my macros, I work out, I drink my water. Sometimes are better days than other days in terms of macro water. Sometimes it goes a little over. I'm finding that when I look back at my FitnessPal that I'm actually going over in fats, and I've really been trying to watch that. And so like right down to what kind of half and half I'm putting in my iced coffee, like really trying to monitor that. So let's go do some damage and weigh. Okay, so I'm not excited about it. And real quickly, before I go jump on that scale, when I used to do Weight Watchers, they would have us wear clothes, okay? And I would literally, I got to a point where I was weighing my clothes before I would go in, so I knew exactly how off they were. So if you don't mind, in the comfort of my own room and bathroom, I would like to go nude. So we're gonna go ahead and just pause for a moment, kind of. I don't even have music to play for you. I'm just gonna quickly undress, and I'm gonna pray that I don't walk past any mirrors. I just really have to be aware of that. So, but I'll get in front of a mirror, not to worry, you're gonna see everything. You're so lucky. So this last week I've had, what I do as of right now is I am carb cycling, and I will go into detail what that is. Now I'm just gonna hope that so when I bought this scale, I bought the most inexpensive one they had at Target, because when I see, like, there's some really cool ones out there, but I don't know if you're like me, but after a while it's like, really, like, who needs a $250 scale? Who needs this? Who needs that? By the way, I'm not paying for that. Are you paying for that? I'm not paying for that. So let's hope this $14.99 scale from Target does its job. I mean, I was on the Peloton the other day and I couldn't get my foot in the thing, and now I just need this to turn on. It's like, there you go, there. So the phone does add a tiny bit of weight. All right, you guys ready? This is my number this week. Do you see how it's like on the dot though? Is that not the most annoying thing ever? It is so annoying. So, not walking past mirrors. Excuse me. One moment while I put my clothes back on. Okay, so I'm gonna put my clothes back on-ish. And by ish, I mean, I'm just gonna be in very light clothing so that I can get in front of a mirror and show you guys what I look like at this point in the game. So 179 is not the least I've ever weighed. The smallest I have ever been in terms of overall weight is 166. And so I was about 300 and I got down to 166 on my own. And I had no trainer, no coach, no gym membership. I had no money. And we will talk about that in detail later, how I did that. That was crazy. Some days it really does feel crazy when I look back on it. So this is my body right now. Oh, it says 179. But here's the thing though. I have muscle. That's the difference now. When I lost that weight, I did have some muscle, but it was mostly in my back and arms, and I will explain why later. So this is me right now. This is where I'm at. Basically, I'm feeling pretty good about life, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I'm not feeling too terribly about my body. I think the part that's hardest for me personally, and I think as a woman, is that I like to wear really girly and preppy outfits, and it's hard to pull off a lot of looks right now that I would really enjoy wearing. Which is why I started my new Instagram account, McKenna Lenore Shop. So if you're not following it, please do, because there are clothes that are very budget friendly. And like I found, what did I find? Reebok sneakers for $14.99 at Costco. Tell me you can find that at Nordstrom. You can't. And they're black. They're beautiful. So you guys can follow me on my journey as I also try to find clothes that fit this body, because listen, do I love where I'm at? Absolutely not. No way. But this is years. This was heartache. This was abuse. This was neglect. This was being objectified. This was all of it. That's what I see when I see these stretch marks. I see the pain. Like, think about it. You know, people see people who are overweight and they're just like, whoa, they really, that's tough. But honestly, it's so much tougher in a way that I don't even think somebody who has always been pretty healthy their entire life understand. I mean, that's physical pain and emotional pain. So just remember that. That's a good thing, I think. And I think that's why I just keep going, because I tell you what, I'll share you a story later, but I really truly believe that the only disability in life is a bad attitude. Because if I wouldn't have kept a good attitude for 99.9% of the things that I've gone through, there is no way I would be where I'm at right now. It's just not possible. And when I was about 300 pounds before I left New York, so I had been out here for a while, and later I'll go into details about how I got out here and how that all happened. But I was with a friend, Whitney, and we decided to get on a bus from Grand Central, and we went to Washington, D.C., and we saw the White House, and we saw all these different places. And if you go to my Instagram account, you're going to see the photo of me and her standing together, and I'm wearing this purple sweater, and it's like March, April. I think we tried to go when the cherry blossoms were blooming, which is normally April, but I think we couldn't get the time off from work, so it was like March or something. But it was hot, and the East Coast is humid, and it was the only thing that I felt cute and pretty in was that light lavender sweater with the stripes going across. And she was such a kind, good person. She still is, and she was really there for me. In terms of just being a genuine friend and an authentic person, which is really what I look for in anybody that I bring in, except for somehow my ex-boyfriend squeaked in there, and we will talk about that later and how that happened. So I kind of forgot what I was talking about. That's really easy to do on here, I'm finding. But here, let me just put on some clothes. So I was talking about, I have no idea, but I will say this. Oh, I was talking about weight loss, people. So for anybody who's out there, and if you're just starting to watch this channel, everything that I'm going to be talking about is exactly what I'm doing, exactly what's happened, how I went from 300 pounds to 166 in 9 months. Without any help, and I did it all on my own. You're gonna find out and see the workout that I did, the foods that I ate, all the different diets I did. I was crazy. I literally combined diet upon diet. I was like stacking plans together to make it work, and it was really extreme. And it was basically me. I took what I knew would work, and then I would take things that I noticed in general, which were, I noticed a lot of people who struggled with their weight, the types of foods they would buy. And by foods, I mean their fruits and vegetables. They would buy like a big bag of apples that were bland, but they were on sale. But then they would spend like $60 to $80 on all this soda and chips and garbage in their cart and jerky. And jerky is great, but I mean, you need to be able to balance everything, right? And it was like iceberg lettuce. Who wants to eat that as their salad? Like, that's the part I toss out. when I go to a restaurant and if I order a salad, if I'm paying more than $15 for a salad and I have a big chunk of that yellow part in the middle, my hand's up. I'm like, excuse me, hi, yeah. I'm so sorry, would you? Thanks. I can't do it. But see, my taste buds evolved and changed too. So there are so many things I'm gonna cover, so many things I'm gonna go over, a lot of truths, a lot of heartaches, how I got to that point of 300 and how I did it on my own, what I'm doing now, and what my goals are. So just know that if it's weigh-in day for you too, it's just not fun. Sometimes it's just not fun. But I'm trying to make it fun and I'm trying to keep a good attitude by sharing with all of you. But now I've got to fold laundry. Will I do the laundry or will I go eat my little buff protein cake? Not sure. Bye.